Hello, Barrie. It's Heather with Community Chat, and I'm here today with Bruce and Instant Imprints, and I would love to introduce them to all of you and see what was going on in the world of printing. So, Bruce, what got you involved in being part of Instant Imprints?
It was kind of a little bit of a roundabout way I'm coming into it. For a number of years, I worked in sales for a financial company in the area, working with small businesses, helping them process credit, debit cards, and that. And growing up from an entrepreneurial family, it was always in the back of my mind that I would like to kind of eventually get into business on my own. So after, I guess, around 14 years of doing that, I thought, when talking to my wife, we wanted something that we can kind of do that kind of built on the strengths that we had built and working with businesses and our connections. So we were looking at different opportunities and came across Instant Imprints, which is a franchise that's in both Canada and the United States with over 60 locations. What we liked about it is it's a Canadian-owned franchise organization. The franchisees are phenomenal. They're there to support everyone. And it was a new and growing look at our business, and we would be the first ones north of the GTA, so we liked that opportunity.
Wow.
So it was exciting from that end. So I was able to take some of my strengths, and then the other nice thing is exciting kind of learning some new areas, so learning some of the production and other areas that we were able to grow with. So it was exciting to make this change, a little bit scary as anyone when you do something new, but it's exhilarating kind of going through that process and hopefully working with people that I know from other aspects and being able to help them through the Instant Imprints family.
Wonderful. So would you like to share with everybody exactly what type of printing that you do so that everyone knows exactly, if they're opening a business or changing their brand or whatever their needs are, they know it is that you do?
For sure. So we do anything that we kind of look at ourselves as being the company that helps you with your brand visibility. So we do that through kind of 5 key areas. One is embroidery, kind of like my shirt here, or custom apparel. Another one would be through promotional products, so items that you might have, like if you want to customize like little flashlights or different things like that, we help. Signs and banners, as well as printed materials, so your business cards and your other items. So we kind of work in those areas to try and get your brand logo, your organization visible to people that might be able to see it.
Okay, I didn't know that you did paper products.
Yeah, we do that. It's one of the areas. It has some people that really love their business cards, of the items, those flyers, those type of things. Even direct to mail or unaddressed address mail, people like that. And then you have the other people that really are big on the technological side, so they like to do the non-paper areas. So we try to help out most people.
So you do digital as well?
So we can do different things to help out. A lot of it's not necessarily branding, but it's helping get your visibility out there. One of the areas that we are excited that we launched as of April, as a company wide, we looked at online becoming a big component, people wanting to sell, and with everything's happening in the world. So we were partnered with a company that's the leader in providing it, so we can actually help businesses sell their own branded apparel online. So we would be able to fill, so if you had shirts or different things that you wanted to set up, we would be able to set up your website. So when they click on it, they would see your branded shirts. We would fulfill the items, do all the production, and we can even arrange for shipping out via Canada Post to the person, and taking the payments. So that makes it easier for the business owner, so they have that capability of selling those items, but they don't have to go through all the processes. So it'd just be a matter of adding our secure site as a link on your website to the shop. You go there, you transition over to the site that we'll develop for you. People can buy your branded items, or if you have employees that you want to have a corporate store to be able to sell, or maybe a team that's gonna getting all the team members to get their team gear, those type of things. So we're able to help via e-commerce for now.
Wow, that is such a huge addition to your services. E-commerce is an amazing way to really get it more exposure and help more people right now. So that's amazing.
We're really excited about doing it, and as I said, right now we're setting up on the website. There's no cost to it. So it's something that we do for our clients to help out, but it's a way to kind of, again, increase that visibility, and especially with items such as maybe like a school that has spirit wear, instead of having, taking in, I'm dating myself, but I remember, you bring home their stuff to your parents with the money to get it, and then you leave it in your pocket, and then, or you leave it in your backpack, and then come, last day of school, you need to have it in, you're trying to rifle through it. So now we can do it all online. So you can, someone can get the items looked after. You don't have to worry about, the paper going through the washing machine going, that was my order form. How am I supposed to remember what I was supposed to tell my teacher?
We all have been there. Absolutely. So that's really, now, do you have several employees, or is it just yourself right now?
So we have a few. So there's myself right now that operates it. My wife, Rebecca, works with the company. She enjoys doing accounting and bookkeeping and those type of things. So that's not my area of strength. So I let her do it. She just loves doing that stuff, and she keeps me on the ball for all those. And we have a part-time employee that comes in to help out on the production side of things right now. And hopefully as things start to open back up, we can get back to full time. And we have our official greeter, which is our Beagle Cap, who sometimes is in the store. So when people come in, he comes out to say hi as well.
Well, that always makes it nice. It's more like a family environment when you're walking in the door, rather than, a stuffy big box store or something like that, right?
Well, exactly. And our greeter thinks everyone's coming to see him, so he doesn't realize that it's work. He thinks it's just people are coming in to say hi to him and pet him. So
Of course, because there is really nothing better than the four-legged fur babies, right?
exactly.
So what would you say that would be the most odd request a customer has asked of you?
We've had a couple of different ones. I know one that we did for someone, which was interesting, was for someone wanted a horse blanket for some people embroidered with some names on it, which was a little bit different. And we've done some for embroidering the front of the cars. They put over your hood in front of your car. Someone had purchased one, and I guess it was a discount because the branding was on there, so they wanted their own stuff put on it. So we've kind of done some items on that line. Promotional products, it's pretty wild that we can do some. We've had people that were looking for spices to be able to put on to food items that they could kind of talk about, to talking about dogs, the little things that you can put your baggies in for when they're walking on it, which people see, to almost anything that you can put on. So it's pretty amazing what's out there that you can do. But it's there's some interesting stuff that we've had come in, doing it, but it's still fun. Everyone that comes in is something different, so it's always exciting and interesting from our perspective.
So pretty much anything's game to give it a try.
Anything we can do, we've done, items that go for corporations to put around, like industrial. Someone came in wanting to do, they do backpacks for wheelchairs. So they wanted to be able to put something on there for some branding for those people to put it on. So it's just getting your visibility out there for people to see it. There's a lot of different options out there, and we try to work with everyone to see if we can bring their ideas to fruition.
Well, I know that it absolutely was a lot bigger. You have offered a lot more than I knew. So I'm really glad that we had this opportunity to have a chat. But aside from the, obvious of more business this year, what is your goals over the next year?
One is to promote or let people know about the online, so kind of increase the awareness on that. Another area that we're finding, and it's an area that's kind of trending that we're seeing on it happening, and we'd like to try and get out, is for people to be able to do more personalizing of items. So a lot of times people would think, they want to do something special, maybe for an award or treat someone, to thank them, but they don't want to do large quantities of items. So they say, it'd be nice to thank our employee who's gone above and beyond for us, and try and help them kind of come up with some ideas. So there's a lot of things that are able to be done now that are on individual basis. So we're able to offer items, just to show you, like this. speaker right here, you can buy and customize and just get one of them, for example, if you want to do something really nice, or even like a little mini speaker you can kind of customize. So doing things like that that people can find that are unique, that's what we want to be able to get out there, to be known as your brand visualization spot in Barrie. So when people are saying, I want to get my logo on something, I want to thank someone, or I want to do some gifts for people, or maybe a team sponsoring of items, that they think of us as being able to help them kind of find the right solution that fits within their budget and with what they're trying to accomplish.
Awesome. And that's something that I'm sure most people don't know. When they think of a print shop, they don't think of it as just one individual. Usually the misconception is that you have to order like a ton of pens, or you have to order a large quantity of things, because that personalized one-on-one is going to cost a fortune.
Well, that's it. And that's where we're seeing it happen. There was actually a really interesting article that people were talking about and how to, where trends are going. And it's going for those, if you're trying to build relationships, they're saying, going on that more personalized approach. If you're going, talking to maybe a larger account that you want to work with, or someone that, you want to get in to talk to, having that item that's personalized to them is sometimes more effective than, maybe doing a mass items. It hasn't occurred this year, or maybe next year I'll come back, use trade shows. So there's still going to be the need for, your items that you have for your booth that you give away. But if you're going in, you want to talk to that C-level suite person, or you want to get into, make an impression, that's one way. I remember one person was, had did something kind of unique. They were trying to get out looking for work, and they knew where they wanted to work. So they wanted to try and get in the door. So they would send, it wasn't a promotional item, but they sent kind of a little gift basket with the resume as a way to say, here's who I am, to get to the person. So they kind of get through all that, maybe items that would filter it out. So things like that, where we're really hoping that we can help people, maximize what they're doing. It's really exciting when we see people that have done things, and the excitement we had, when you go back to Strange, we had one person did hand drawing artwork, and it was something they wanted to do. It was to give to some family and friends, and we were able to put on some shirts for them. And they were so excited, they were getting kind of a little bit emotional about seeing it, because it was something that they're passionate about, and they were able to do a few of these to share with their family. So those type of things, takes what we do and makes it kind of feel much more personal. And that's very rewarding when we can have those occurrences.
So I can tell my clients to watch out, because they'll be getting personalized cards.
That's right. So there's a lot of, it's amazing what you can do, and finding the items. There's thousands of different things that we can find. So we always try and work with someone and come up with some good ideas that might suit what the outcome is.
Awesome. I love that there's so many different varieties, and that you're willing to try anything and work with anybody to get their ideas onto, whether it be the print or the item that they wish to have it on. So I think that's really a unique idea that will make you stand out from other printers that haven't quite got there yet.
Well, thank you. It's something where we're trying to do it. So we want to put it through, and being from Barrie and, being involved with different organizations here in the community, you can appreciate, that involvement, being able to work with it. And just as yourself reaching out to us, I find that, businesses, if you collaborate and work together, everyone does a lot better. It's not necessarily, you're competing with everyone, but if you can kind of work in that collaborative atmosphere, I think everyone benefits from it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what are some of the, of course, aside from COVID, what have been some of your biggest challenges?
Right now, I think for us, for a challenge would be trying to get ourselves known here. We're the new company here in town. So getting our awareness out there. So trying to get people to know that we're here, that we can offer services for them. Google kind of gave us a little bit of curve, because when they come into our building, sometimes Google Maps would have people come in on the different side of the road. So they'll be looking for us. So now that we're getting people to know where we are, or to come in, that makes it probably a big help. And a challenge we're finding is trying to take what we've learned and what we know what we can do, and adapt it to be able to suit different or different ways of helping people.
And you've done that with this e-commerce. This is brilliant.
Well, thank you. We're really excited about it. And even if you go to our website, if someone, we have it on there, a little design suite, which is tied into it. So if someone wants to do maybe, you know, anniversary gifts and they want to create their own shirts and that, you can actually design those through our website and get your artwork and kind of work on it that way. So we're trying to make things as easy as it can for people.
Well, that's really awesome. And of course, we will make sure that your website and all your connections are posted right here so that it's really easy for people to contact you. Of course, everybody can get in touch with me and I will get you right over to Bruce right away. But we're going to try to make this as easy as possible and have the website and your Facebook and everything attached right here for people just to click and go and see all of the abilities that you're setting up for them.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you. And it's amazing, as I said, when we're going through right now, we're seeing a lot of people getting items out there. And one area that we're probably going to vision, didn't think it was going to happen, is for school graduations. I have a feeling that as we get to that time of year, there's going to be those kind of more ways to kind of either thank teachers and staff that have been helping along the way, to students being able to want to graduate and having maybe some items to remember, you know, their graduating classes. So that seems to be something that we're going to, I think, see again come up and become a big item again for the next couple months.
And with all the new things that, you know, before when it was graduating, it was just all so fresh and new and nobody really knew what to expect for graduation, where now it's a little bit more preparedness, I guess would be the right word. And so you're sort of ramped up going, okay, here's all the ideas that we can do now based on last year's experiences. And of course, your own growth in now with the e-commerce, you can incorporate that. So that sounds like a really great opportunity for people with the graduations coming up, what, next month for university and then the following month for the public schools.
Well, that's it. It's one of those things that I'm sure people, you know, you'd like to be in to kind of celebrate with your classes as you're moving on through your life and that. But you know, having something that you can remember people, you know, everyone has, you know, those photographs or yearbooks or items that takes them back to remember. So having those keepsakes are nice, and that's something we'd like to be able to help, you know, with classes and graduating classes specifically, something that they can remember and look fondly back on and remember, you know, the good times, not all the other stuff. I remember the friendships and all the fun that they had.
So something that the teachers could possibly look into, and we can get them on the website to get some ideas, and maybe you'll be posting some ideas there for them.
Exactly. And we'll probably be posting some stuff on our social media and that about, you know, school ideas, things that you can do for graduation, just to kind of give people some thoughts. But again, it's completely open. Last year, hoodies were very popular, but you know, you could kind of look at different things. If someone wants to put together, you know, even some idea items that might work from a book point of view, maybe, you know, some
Or the
writers that want
caps,
to
get the cap with the name on it, you know, because they used to just have them and they would recycle them. And now you can't do that. So you have to order them individually. So that would be pretty cool to have your name on one of the caps.
Well, that's it. And we've done even, it's amazing how many people got into cooking last year, and the gifts were chef's aprons and that.
Really?
So we had some people that were from, I think, from the hospitality from Georgian graduating, and the chef's item, you know, that's your classroom. So why not utilize that?
That's awesome. So I just want to make sure that we hit all of the important things here. So we've hit the fact that you not only do all of the banners and everything that I knew you did, but you also do all the paper, and you also have now e-commerce. You're absolutely open to ideas for everything and anybody and anything that they can come up with. And if you can make it happen, you will make it happen. And you really would like to focus on helping some of the students this coming year be able to have ways to remember their time and their schooling and their graduations. And of course, we get to meet your dog if we come to pick things up. So that's a highlight for me. For anybody that knows me knows that I am a dog lover. So those four-legged fur babies, I'll come in and pick my stuff up. You don't need to send it out. It's okay. And is there anything else that we've missed?
No, I think we touched on a lot. As I said, I appreciate your opportunity to come on and talk with you. It's really nice that you reached out to doing that. It's very appreciated.
No worries. Well, I really want to thank you for giving me your time, because I know nowadays it's so busy, and having to make sure that you can actually book some time to be able to share what's going on in your Instant Imprints world. And I would love one day to be able to get in there and pick up my customized mug, which is probably what I'll be doing. But I do look forward to the times when we can actually see each other in person again. And you were mentioning before we recorded about some of the fun tasks we've done in the past with some of the groups that we've networked in. So looking forward to those good times again.
Well, I said it's coming, and as I said, you I think going through them, you take them for granted, and then when you don't have those opportunities, you realize how much fun they were and how many people you got to meet with and do different things. So it's one of the things I always tell anybody who's starting a business, so that find groups to be involved with, because not only are you networking to grow your business, but they're there to support you, and you don't know the friendships and the fun that you're going to have at the different things. So
The fun, for sure.
that's it. There's a lot of good things that take place, and sometimes they get you out of your comfort zone on doing certain things, and you think back about it, saying, otherwise I might not have tried it, but because everyone kind of was doing it, it felt a safe space. You go out and then you realize it wasn't that bad.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And when you're in the networking, it's not stranger danger. It's all safe.
That's right.
So I guess also one thing that we didn't highlight, and we probably should have touched on, I mean, it is COVID world. You probably do masks.
We do masks where we can customize. Just to show you, here's one that we use for ourselves. It's like you can do customize your logo on, adjustable, and we keep ones in stock so we can do up your branding on it. And especially if you're doing anything where you're going to someone's house, like say a residential tradesperson or plumbing, you're gonna have a mask on. People might not recognize you, but having your name and logo on it helps them feel more comfortable and gives you that kind of extra level of credibility.
Oh, it's funny. We just totally skipped over that, but I'm glad that, I just happened to see a mask sitting on my table here, and I thought, oh, I need a new one. And so I think that'll be the first thing I'm getting from you is a nice mask that looks pretty and has my logo on it. So, but Bruce, I want to thank you. Just so we've covered everything you wanted to make sure that people knew today.
We did. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Bruce. And I do look forward to having the opportunity to be able to, like I said, see you in public and get some orders into you soon. And this is Heather Hansen with ratedeal.ca, part of Rock Capital Investments. And you've been listening to our community chat with one of our local entrepreneurs, Bruce. And all of his information will be here for you to contact him and get your orders in soon.